And welcome back to Opally Hour. Hopefully you're enjoying these builds. So this should be the last day of the countryside notes. This is the end of page 8, and then we're going to go straight on to 9 and hopefully get 10 done as well. And we will finish today. That's the plan. So first of all, we are going to start with the trunk, if I can get the lid off the glue. Always a sticky one, that. So we start off with these, and what you want, let me just use what I've dropped all over the place, is to, we're going to build a trunk of a tree. That's the first thing. So let me get that glued. And you just want to make it go round something. So I'm just going to use a small marker pen. See if that's going to be big enough. It's too big. Alright, so, but it got me started. I'm all gluey already. And this is going to be the trunk of the tree. We're going to be cutting this once we put the cover on it. And then we're going to wrap it in the light bark, like here. And then we're going to do the same with the branch, but then the branch is going to get shaped. So let me just hold this together for a moment. I think I've got most of it on me, so it doesn't matter if you get it all over the place really for this. Go almost there. Well, that is waiting to take. I'm going to do the branch. And again, you just want a bit here, and you just want to basically roll it up on itself. But we're going to be shaping this one once we put the covering on. Sorry, I keep moving the camera again. And again, I think I've got more on me than is necessary. But we need to get the bark as such on the tree before we manoeuvre it around, so I'm going to give that a moment to dry. While that is waiting, let's move this swing out the way. We'll be needing that. Probably not yet, actually. Let me put that to one side. Be needing it soon. Right, while that is waiting to dry, let me put a weight on that a second. while we wait on that, we are going to pop these in. Just going to use a bit of tacky glue, but I'm going to do it after the event. So we want to make like a small flower pot. You've seen me do this a few times. So I'm just going to put this in. I'm going to glue it as it goes then. I was thinking I was being clever. Again, once I can get the lid off. Obviously not a strong hand, eh? Alright, so just going to put this one in. My tweezers are now stuck to it. Now I'm stuck to it. I'm going to put this to one side to dry. Everyone's stuck to it, and of course when I pick it up with my tweezers they're going to stick to it. Bear with me. Okay, I ended up doing that. All I did was I popped the ends of the flowers into the glue and then put them in the pots. So that's done. I'm going to put that off to dry if I can get it off the tweezers. There we go. Alright, so let's bring our branches back. So the bigger one, or not the branch, this is the trunk, will now be covered with the paper. And the same with the trunk. You've got a smaller end and a bigger end. You can just about see the difference. This one's the bigger end, and that's going to go in this piece of paper. So I'm going to go and get that done. I'm just going to use tacky glue again. Then we're going to put the trunk actually inside the model. Once we cut it, we have to cut it. So I'm just going to cover this in glue, make myself all sticky again, and roll that. Let's get this glue out the way. Come here, lid. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to just put it on the paper, which should hopefully take almost straight away. And roll that up. I'm going to put a bit more glue on the end there to keep that in place. And while I've got the glue out, I'm going to get this one rocking and rolling. Lid. Okay, so this will just roll, and we'll deal with this one in a moment, but not the branch. And do a few other bits and pieces in the tin itself, like some flowers down in front of that trunk before I put this branch on, which needs to be manipulated to look a little bit more different shapes and things like that. So let's get this done. So what we need to do with this is, didn't quite get the end there, let's put that bit at the top because you're not going to see it, is cut out a V in the bottom here, so it looks like where the feet would go. Okay, like so. Let's bring this tin back. Let's not lose my little flowers that I just did. Put those over there instead, so we don't lose them. Get things off of here. So we're going to bring our tin back. So that up a little bit. Move the camera. And what we're going to do is pop it into this far corner in front of here. So I'm going to carry on with my tacky glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the grass here and along here all the way up, and where it touches it gets, and where it doesn't it doesn't. Let's put it that way. Okay. And then that branch, once we manipulate it, is going to have the tree. This is slightly too long, so I'm going to cut that shorter. And you're not actually going to see the top of the tree trunk at all. So something like that. Let's get the tweezers here. I don't think it's going to touch that bottom whatsoever, but that's okay. All of this up here, which you can't see as well, is going to have branches and things, but while that's taking that time to set, I am going to put in some of the plants around the bottom and the base. Put it up again, see if I can get you a little bit better view. Let me zoom out a tiny bit. There we go. So I'm going to come back and do the branch in a moment. I'm just going to get some of this other greenery in. So you want like a tree looking thing like I have here over to this far side and stick it down there, which, ooh, this one's going to be a little bit too big for. I'm going to chop off the end and some of the tree stalks, and I'm going to shove my tacky glue in there. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to just use B7000. It's a little bit more precise. No, it's very stringy. Nope, we carry on with tacky. Keep having trouble with the lid. And so you just want that in there. And then we're going to put some flowers on top of it once it's in, so that can take a moment to dry. And then very similarly, we are going to put different plants at the back here and let those dry, and then top them. Oops, and in front of the tree. Don't need it quite all the way where it just went. So it will actually cover up the fact that you cut the bottom of it, so it kind of defeated that purpose. However, that's what we have. So just cut some of the greenery off at different lengths and just put it in different spots. We're also going to be putting stones in today, sort of finishing off the wiring. Don't know if this is going to stay in. No, it does. Let me get, and I've got a few different colours and things like that of greenery. And just pop those in, and then we will put flowers on some of them. My tweezers are probably going to get very gluey fad. Just a few. Doesn't have to be a ton. Just really as many as you want. So if you don't want too many greenery, then you don't need to do that. It's really up to you. I cut a few off. I need a bit more tacky here. I need a little. I just cut a few off, but you could do more. You can do less. And we're also going to be decorating the side of here and the roof. And I see I knocked over my tree by doing that, but that's okay. I'm going to put this one in first, and then we're going to go back to, not tree, but the kind of plant that I did. And then I'm going to go back to that. A bit comes off me. And I've got some ready to go on the top of the tree here, some go on there, so I got those ready, but I'm going to cut a few more for this top part here, or the bottom part rather, my fault. Alright, so there's another one. Like I say, you don't need a ton of them, you can do what you want really. But we're going to have some greenery running along the top of the wall there, and that sort of thing going on as well. We're going to have another slightly bigger one here, and then we'll be popping flowers on the top of them, which are kind of the branches that we've used before. Let's just make sure that gets in some of the glue. It's not going to let go of the tweezers because the tweezers got messed up. separate. Really wants to join the others, doesn't it? Anyway, you get the principle, I'm sure. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. It's really what your design would be. So some people like a lot of the greenery, some like very little. This one's fallen over as well. It's because I'm playing with it now. And put that one back in. It's not going to want to leave. Need to clean my tweezers off again. And once I've got the flowers on, then I'm going to do that branch. And then we'll work on, actually I might do, yeah, we do the branch next. Okay, give that a few minutes to set. You can go a bit more upright. Do I want another one round by the base of the tree? I've got plenty of glue there, so I could, couldn't I? Let me do that. Just cut a few off. You get like this whole set of things like that, and you just cut bits off as you want them. So see, you can go back a bit then, if you want to go anyway. You can be more at the front like so. Alright, I am going to leave those to set up. Right, that's had a few minutes, it's not had long. And then all I'm going to do is pop some of the different ones on here, and I've used B7000 on this because it didn't matter as much if it was a bit stringy. I'm just going to make this like the purple side, and when it dries here, if you see glue, it'll be invisible. Maybe put one on the back one there if I can get at it. Oh, it's a bit of a big one to want to go on there, huh? There we go. So I'll make all these sides like a little purple, and then that far side maybe a red. So keep trying to pick it up and it keeps missing. Pink maybe. Well, I actually lost it. Okay, maybe we'll call that a day on that one then. I can do this one. Hold on, let me cut this one in half because I lost the other one that I was playing with. But I have quite a few of these, so it's no big deal. I just wanted to put one about there, and my tweezer just went, oh, okay, it wants to go down there. That's kind of fine. Then I'm going to put some orange ones on here. I see a purple one fell over here, this side. Well, that's okay. Okay, my tweezers don't want to let them go. There you go. I'll just put a few on here. So I'm going to carry on and decorate that, and I will show you that before I start doing all the walls and stuff like that we need to do. Right, I'm happy with how my flowers look. Got a few different colours of orange there, some pinks over the far side. Got some purples going on here. We're going to be using some more purples soon. And then you want to put some of the greenery. There's two shades of greenery. I kind of prefer the light one. And you want these going up here. Cut the end off of this one. Don't need that. And you're going to put these on here like so, and then these are going to have the little pink flowers when we get them on. get rid of any string. It's hard to tell if it's from the roofing here or from the glue. And again, another one. And we'll put one across there as well in a second. Just going to cut a small piece for the far side of that fencing wall, or wall at the top there. Like up here somewhere, which you won't see much of, but you might see something. Something like that. Some glue, and I'm using the B7000 at this point. It's a little bit more precise. I'm just going to have that overhanging. Then what we're going to do, before I put the flowers on there, is we're going to run some of the vines. So like I say, we've kind of been given two different colours. So you've got some darker ones, if I can show you, like this, or we have the lighter ones like we've been using like this. There's quite a big difference, but they want you to put a few over here and down here and on this other roof. So I'm inclined to make the ones on here the lighter colour. Well, I'm inclined to make it all a lighter colour really. I mean, like this piece would probably be quite good to shove back there. So let me get and do that. Okay, and it's up to you kind of how much or how little you put on here. Like, it looks a little bit too much on, for me, on here. But it's on there now. And then they want you to just pop a few of the purple, like, flowers on it. So it's like it's growing out of the thatch. Oh, don't know. Oh, there it went. So I don't know where that went. So maybe I could put one down back there because I've got a blob of glue there, I see it. Put one on here. I won't put too many. And then you get your tiny pink ones. Get some of these cut out, these ones. And we're going to put those on the front vine, going over that door as it goes inside the house. Again, not many. Don't have to go crazy, and then we will deal with that branch situation. So again, I'm going to use B7000 for that. Okay, it's got the B7000. If I could pick up these pink little things, I put a couple on the back wall here too. So we'd have some on there. Or you could put some of the purple ones. Like I said, it's really up to you how you decorate it, really. Very stringy. Just dipping that in the glue there. See, there's a great big chunk of glue there. Oh, took the top one off. See, that was string. I thought it was a string of glue. It was not. So it's up to you. I'm probably going to leave it like that. I think it's fine. Next we are going to do this tree and get the swing in. So I'm going to move this back around because you don't need to be. So all you're doing is manipulating this. So you're going to put the thicker end, this end, against the tree itself. And this part is what the swing is going to hang on. So just manipulate it as you can. It's going to be something like that, which looks really, oops, sorry about the camera, looks kind of big for me because you want it to kind of to hang down, so you want it in something like that. So I think I'm gonna cut mine shorter. Don't have to, just personal preference here. I actually gave mine a little twist as well, so it's going to go on here, and you can see why I did the flowers first, because it's going to be a lot easier. Drop the swing there. and I'm actually going to use I think super glue for this. Get some of that out. So I'm not going to super glue the swing itself, but I am going to put some super glue on the end here to attach to the tree, and also at the back here, because maybe some of it will touch the wall and give it a little bit of a... It's not going to touch the wall at all. It's kind of, it looks so big, doesn't it, for the hole while it's going down. Maybe I can make it smaller or have it higher up. Let me hold that there a second, pushing it further and further away. Maybe I have the swing higher up. I better wait for the super glue to dry for that. Right, I'm going to leave that there for a moment and then decide where I want this swing, because it seems like it's quite right in front of that archway, and does that defeat the purpose? Make sure you put your swing the wrong way around. Right way round. So maybe once that's dry, I'll manipulate this little bit to be a bit straighter on the back there, or maybe come down further. So give me a moment and I will be back with that. Alright, so I've manipulated the branch so the swing is a little bit off to the right hand side, so more in front of the tree. What I'm going to do now is put on these top branches that you have here along the ceiling, so it's coming out of the tree so you don't see all the joints. So I'm going to get and do that, and then we are down to the electrics. Alrighty, that is pretty much dry. I'll tell you what, it would have been easier to have put this roof stuff on when it was off, and they do have darker green if you want the darker green. I just thought it kind of was more uniformed having the lighter, really. And I'm really quite happy with how that turned out. I also put the little pot in, that's kind of where it goes. And I think it looks fine. Maybe another pink one here, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. So we do still have wiring to do, and we have the pieces which go at the back here. So I'm going to get and do those, and we will do the wiring last, and we will test them together. Oh, and I put those like leaves on the top here and things. I'm sure it might have looked better to have had one going that way too. I'm okay with that. I'm alright. Just kind of hide in some of the sins, like where the branches join and things like that, and that'll work. It's not totally dry right now, but it's almost there. So let's get the other bits and pieces done. So I'm going to need my ruler for this. So what we're doing is making gosh, I can't remember how to do this. It's been a moment since I've done it. We're making like a book cover. So all we're doing is folding this along these lines here as best you can, and same with the bottom. But before I do the bottom, I'm going to no, I think I will do the bottom first, and I think I'll just fold these middle ones here around once I've made the book itself. So this is then stuck on that back part of the tin. That's not very tight, is it? With the line there. I'm going to get that there. Okay, and finally that last edge, and then that is just glued together like an envelope. So fold both your smaller ends inside like this, a little bit less on that one, and then fold it in. Basically it looks like an envelope, so if it's not meeting up, just give it a finaggle. But it's not actually going to be an envelope, it's actually going to be a book cover. And then once they are in, you can either fold, so it kind of looks like this on the inside, so then glue that. I'm just going to use a bit of tacky. You could use anything really for this. Just use school glue if you want. You could use beacon. Beacon's really good with paper, but tacky doesn't, as you know, gets the stringy. So I'm just going to pop those in. these aren't even going to show, because when you put the book in you actually cover up this anyway. And then if you want, you can then fold it here, like on this edge, which is going to put glue straight on my ruler because I haven't allowed it to dry. I'm just going to put it on one edge and then put the book in and then fold it around. So as far as your book goes, what you do is you start with a inside and then you do an outside and you go all the way along to make your book, and then we will glue the, so it doesn't actually have, this book doesn't have much writing. Some of them have writing all the way along, or pictures at least all the way along. This one is plain pretty much all the way through. So let me get that done, won't take a moment. Alright, so that is done, and then very simply you put glue on both sides of your book. And make sure it's up the right way, because it does have a right way and a wrong way. So being that we've got one page with writing, when I find it, oh, there it is, want to have it that way up. Yep, sorry, hit the camera. And that will be this bit done. I did talk to my son and we know which wording we are going to put in, except for one of them. I didn't tell him which one that one was. I did the Home Sweet Home. Now you know before he knows. And let's see, just checking myself again about that one picture there. And make sure it's reasonably lined up. And I folded this side, and then I'm just going to wrap it around like so. Make sure it's all inside, and that's there. So that is ready to go on, along with a basket that I've lost. Okay, let me go find that. Okay, one more left thing to do down here, and let's put some stones in. Might actually be running out. This wire really always wants to get involved. And the last thing we would do is that wiring. Not because I'm nervous about this actually, because I'm really not. And then we have a whole bag of stones, by the way, which you don't need that many. So I'm going to put a few in while a few more than I need, and let what settles settles, and what doesn't doesn't. It's way more than I need. What do you reckon? Shall we put some round the bottom of that tree actually? Seems like a good spot, doesn't it? I could put some here where they're falling. I mean, like all of them, nothing like hitting the camera. Wait, go back on there. Like all of this type of model, you can very much do your own take on it. And my swing is crooked as well. I'll move that in a moment. And again, I'm just going to, sorry, my puppy's having a mad moment with playing with the ball still from yesterday. Oh, as I drop the bag of stones. That's okay. I just don't particularly want them on the water. This is meant to be water. But it's not even going to hurt to have a few on there. They're not going to stay on there anyway. There's no glue there. Right, what we will do, let's get to the top part and then we get that wiring done. And that gives that a moment then to dry. Straighten you up. Okay, I'll show you what we do. Alright, again, this is one of those that you can pick your own sayings, you can put things really when you want. This is where they have the book and they have it over this wording. I don't want to do that. This is roughly where they have that basket, and then they have some words in different spots. So I'm actually putting 4 on. They have 3 on theirs. So I'm going to do maybe that one at the top, and maybe one an angle going across there. And so let me get all that on. So my little book I made can go here. The little basket I cut out can go there. Got my finger. And so I'm going to put the surprise one as he's moving house at the top here. Then the others are ones he picked. So roughly in the middle. Again, you can pick your glue, pick your poison on that one. So I'm thinking, okay, so he chose Dreams Come True, and I did point out it was misspelt. They spelt true wrong. And then I'm going to have Believe down here. So it's very prominent, positive affirmations and all that. And then I'm going to have, let's not do that in front of the camera, all you'll see is my arm. And I have that down here, maybe on a, maybe a little pointed up or something, like so. Okay, let's get rid of these stones, see if they've had enough time to dry, and we do. And I'm going to alter this swing slightly. Some of them do. There we go, some more fell out. And we will get on with this wiring. So, will it be easier to show you with this stand? Yeah, probably. Okay, so I am going to use, so we got a couple more things, by the way. We got to put our little rabbits on. Haven't done that yet. Where shall I put them? What do you think? Put one on the swing, maybe? They're slightly crooked, but I mean, not all of this is totally dry yet either, but you can maneuver it where you want to. So I think I'm going to have the sitting one on there, and I think I'm going to use B7000, and then I'm going to be chucking this B7000 very soon. So, oh, put a little bit on there, and I think I'm going to put the other one up in the balcony. Having a look. Puppy's trying to jump on my lap. But I don't think she will be able to. Okay, right, so we'll have this one on here, somewhere in the middle. If I can get it in the middle. Oi, come back. They wouldn't both fit on there, so it's not a double swing, even though it kind of looked like it was going to be. And then this one at the top here. It's a bit stringy up here. Oh, knock him over. Him, her, it. Oh. Let's get hold of you. I can't get the right angle with it. Alright, so we just want to get the 3 grey ones. At least there's only 3 on this. You can cut these shorter if you want, which I will. Hopefully not make the mistake to make it too short, because you also need to allow, I really do need to get new ones out, for the fact that you have to get the wire out of there. Or do it with your nails, which I might not be able to do because I've got a plaster on there. There's one. If you've got nails. I'm just not very sharp, obviously. I could sharpen it too. Maybe I'll just do that. Just noticed that blood on my finger still from my bleed. Those scalpel bleeds are terrible. Right, so all I'm doing is gathering up the grey. Now, if you were using tape, like they do provide it, Now would be the time to get that out and tie them together and put your tape around. I don't seem to be too good with the tape. Tried a few times. Not very good with winding them around each other either, by the way. Just make sure the most important one is the one with the board. So like so. I haven't got any batteries in yet. I need to go and get them. I don't think I've even got them on me. I thought I was all prepared. And this is us almost done. It's been a road, but it's a pretty straightforward build, isn't it? What would have been easier, and I can't remember if I've mentioned this, maybe, is if this greenery on this roof up here had gone on first before putting the house in. But they tell you to do it that way as well, so it wasn't like I was trying to cheat the system. Now all these bulbs worked before they went in, so I'm hoping and praying we have success, and I haven't been putting on them or anything like that, so this one's not very long. He's saying I'm not pulling on them, and that's just about to be what I'm going to do. I want a bit more wire showing on this one. There we go. Because I probably pulled it. Hopefully not. And if they don't work, then, well, one's got one without lights. We will find out. We can find out together. And rather than getting batteries and testing it, I think we are done. So I quite like the images which are on there. I need to press them down a little more. And there's plenty of glue under there, so they should be okay. Gonna get rid of a bit of that excess. I know it dries clear, but still. Don't want a great big lump of it, really. Sorry. I know you can't see the thing I'm doing. I'm just clearing up some of the glue from the top here. Okay, right, back to this. I got glue all on my hands. That wasn't smartest timing. And then put this one on and go and get the batteries. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. I have something picked out. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Okay, hold on 1 second. Alright, batteries in. So just tuck the wires in here along with your board. Go careful again with the board. It will all fit in there. In you go. And down you go, out the way. And then followed by the sign we made right at the beginning, which goes in here like so. Right, doesn't look straight. No, it does. It's okay. It's just the angle. Alright, so does it or does it not? Can I get you to see? So it's only really on this light. And yes, 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 it does. So you've got the light in the bedroom. Big bedside light there. The one's going around the edge here. I'm sure it'd look a lot prettier in the dark. I just don't have overly a dark house, so you can't really see, but you kind of get an idea. And then we should be able to close it up for easy transportation, or in my case maybe I will wrap it and then open it again, which I have trouble with because of my hands, not the model itself. It's just these tins are really quite tight. Okay, struggle is real. Oh, and that front is going to fall off because it's just placed in there, so you can change batteries whenever you want. And there we have it, folks. Very pretty too. And there is a light right back here that you can see, so it's behind the leaves. One behind that leaf, so that looks really pretty. One at the top there as well, and one to the left here, plus the one in the house with a window that you don't really see from the outside because it's all kind of covered. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. What do you guys think? Quite a nice outcome, isn't it? I mean, this does look a little on the crooked side. Actually, this looks like it could have done with being pressed down a little more than what I had. I can see a small gap here. but nothing, unless you're really, really studying it, you wouldn't notice. Just me judging myself here. So, very pretty. Let me get the next build ready for you. And the next one is going to be the Roka Marble Run, and this one's a spaceport. Roka also do the Night City and the Link build, which joins the spaceport here with the Night City. I will be looking to do all of those on the channel at some point in time. Please do like and subscribe, that way you will be notified when I put new content up. I do try and upload at least one video daily, so you know, hopefully you're enjoying those, and I do appreciate you all watching. If you would like to comment, I appreciate that too, and I will get back to you, or you can email me at opaleyhour@outlook.com. But most of all, do take care of yourselves. See you very soon. Bye bye now.